Hey everyone, welcome to part 1 of my summer 2015 video game collection overview. Today I'm looking at my Sega collection. Not a big collection here, really do need to add more to the collection. But we're going to go through my Genesis and my few Dreamcast games that I do have. So first up, let's talk about the loose carts I have. First up is the Sonic Classics collection. This actually includes Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Green Machine or something like that. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a puzzle game. I think it also includes Sonic Spinball, and I can't remember the other game, honestly. I haven't played this in a long time, but yeah, this is in not great condition at all, but it's kind of neat seeing a collection of Sonic games like that. Next up, we've got The Simpsons, Bart versus the Space Mutants. This was a pretty fun game, pretty interesting game. I don't think it's the best Simpsons game on the system, but still a pretty decent game. Next up, this is the Minisaur 6 game cartridge. The Minisaur was Sega's answer to the Super Nintendo's Super Scope. And I remember having it and trying to play some of these games with my brother, and I don't think that they worked all that well. But I don't have the Minisaur anymore, unfortunately. But still have the cartridge. Let's see. Next up, we've got Sonic 3D Blast. This was my original copy, and I don't have the box for it anymore because this is one of the later Genesis releases that came in a cardboard box and had like a manual in black and white. So not surprisingly, that box got thrown away. Same thing with Sonic and Knuckles. This was the 4th game in the Sonic series, and a really awesome game. Really liked this game. And what's also unique about it is it has this. One of the main selling points of this was this lock-on feature, where you could take a game and just put it on top like that. And what was cool about this is that you could take games like Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 and the original Sonic the Hedgehog and lock them onto this, and it would unlock different features in that. I think with Sonic 2, I think you could play as Knuckles in Sonic 2, which is pretty cool, and in Sonic 3, you could do the same thing. I might be getting this mixed up. I'm not really sure. And of course, with also the original Sonic, it added. It gave you different blue sphere kind of bonus levels to do. But really cool game. Liked it a lot. And of course, you have the game Genie, which was a nice video game enhancer where you could enter cheat codes. And what I always like to do is to let's see, use the lock-on technology on these, so you could have like 3 games sticking out of your Sega Genesis. It looks ridiculous, but it's still kind of funny. As for box games, I actually found a box version of Sonic 3D Blast in really good condition for like $5 at Goodwill, and it was actually no, it was $2. And these you don't really see. At least I don't see them in the wild. At least the boxes like this in good condition. So really happy to pick that up. Now for all my boxed Genesis games, most of these aren't complete, unfortunately. But first up, we've got Altered Beast, really fun game. We've got kind of a unique game, Bob. This comes in a pretty large Genesis case, and the cartridge looks pretty cool too. It's kind of a bigger cartridge with this yellow part here. I'm not really sure what the purpose of that was. But this was actually an electronic arts game, and this was cool. You play a robot, and you have different abilities that you can use. It's a fun little platformer. we've got Cool Spot, great game, great game. Who would have thought they would make an awesome platformer from 7-Up's mascot? It's weird, but really fun game. We've got Jurassic Park. Don't think this one's complete now, but this isn't a great game. It's got a lot of problems. Playing as a raptor is pretty fun in it, though. We've got Kid Chameleon. This is a fun game. I think the graphics could have been a bit better. The graphics do look a bit kind of dull. They're not as bright and colorful as they could have been. But this is a fun platformer where you get to change into different characters with different abilities. Really fun. Of course, we've got NBA Jam here. I think this one is complete. But, you know, I'm not a sports fan. I don't like basketball. But this game, NBA Jam, is a ton of fun. I have very fond memories of playing this with my brother when we were younger. Great, great game. We've got Out of This World. A weird, unique game with a neat art style. I think they actually came out with a version of this on like PS3 and all the modern systems now. But yeah, a weird game. Then of course we have Sonic 1, Sonic 2, and Sonic 3. You know, a lot of people say that Sonic 2 is their favorite from the series, but honestly, I really like Sonic the Hedgehog 3. You know, I have a lot of good memories of playing this game. It's just a lot of fun. I love the character of Knuckles that they added to this. You know, this actually has a save feature on the disc as well. On the cartridge. But really, really cool games. But yeah, I love all three of these games. The music in these games is amazing as well. Even to this day, sometimes I find myself, you know, humming the tunes, and I haven't played these games in a while. So, you know, they really get stuck in your head. They're really good. Really good songs in there. And then we've got Tasmania. This isn't a very good game. Pretty terrible hit detection on this. So yeah, as a game, it's not very good. Although I have to say the animation on this is really well done. I mean, Taz looks like Taz. I mean, he looks like he's animated incredibly well. So that I have to say was done really well on this. But yeah, the game's not that great. And next we have X-Men. This is actually a really fun, you know, action platformer game. It's just a really cool game. Definitely recommend that. Now we're getting into the Dreamcast games. First up, we've got Echo the Dolphin. Really, really blown away by the graphics in this game. You know, it is a fun, relaxing game. I haven't really gotten too far in it, but pretty cool game. Next, we've got Dino Crisis. We've got Tomb Raider, The Last Revelation. Honestly, the controls in this, it doesn't use the analog stick, which I find kind of ridiculous. Maybe it does. I don't know. I'm probably being stupid. It probably does, but from what I remember, it didn't, and the controls were pretty bad. Next up, we've got Silver. This is a pretty interesting action RPG. Also came out on PC. You'll see that with the Dreamcast games, a lot of them were PC ports. So that's just kind of an interesting thing. And this is an import I found at a Goodwill, and it's import of the House of the Dead 2. Now, you can play imports on your North American Dreamcast console. You can get a boot disc to do this. I actually found an old boot disc that I had made years ago and tried to play this game, and it didn't work. It recognized the game was in the drive, but it never actually booted the game. So I don't know if the disc was too scratched up, because it doesn't look like it's in terrible condition, or what. So still, an import's nice to have. Well, that is it for my Sega Genesis and Dreamcast collection. Tune in for part 2, where I talk about my DS, 3DS, and GameCube collection. As always, like the video, share it, and subscribe. Till next time.